Hi there, it's Miss Colliver, and I wanted to read a story to you. It's one of my favorites, and I have a lot of favorite stories. It's called The Bed Just So, and it's retold by Jeanne Hardendorff. It's a fun one. The Bed Just So. Once there was a tailor who fell asleep over his work every day. He was sleepy all day long because he could not get any sleep at night. Every night when he began to fall asleep, someone or something pulled the covers right off his bed. And all night long the tailor thought he heard someone or something complaining and grumbling and stomping around. "This can't go on," the tailor said, and he went to see the wise woman. "I must be crazy," he told her. No, said the wise woman. "If you were crazy, your feet would be on backwards and your hair would be growing upside down. No, your trouble is that a hudgeon has come to stay with you." "A hudgeon?" said the tailor. "What should I do?" "We'll make a bed for him," the wise woman said. "Then he will leave your bed alone." So the tailor bought a bed for the hudgeon. It was a big, high bed made of oak wood. "Now," said the tailor, "you have your bed and I have my bed. Let's both get a good night's sleep." But as soon as the tailor began to fall asleep, he heard that tiny little voice grumbling and complaining. "Too high and too hard, too high and too hard." The next night the tailor made a low bed of fern and feathers, but as soon as he began to fall asleep, a voice woke him, very tiny, grumbling and complaining. "Too soft and too tickly, too soft and too tickly." Every day the tailor tried a new bed for the hudgeon, and every night the voice woke him up, grumbling and complaining in that tiny little way. When the tailor made a bed in the cupboard, the voice said, "Too dark and too stuffy, too dark and too stuffy." Then he tried a hammock, but the voice said, "Too long and too loose, too long and too loose." The tailor built a cradle, and the little tiny voice complained again. It said, "Too teeter and too totter, too teeter and too totter." The poor tailor could not find a bed to please the hudgeon. "I will never, ever get a good night's sleep," thought the tailor, and he was very, very tired. But that night he cracked open a walnut to eat after dinner, and he looked at the half walnut shell, and it looked to him like a tiny bed. "Why not?" the tailor thought. "I've tried everything else." So he lined the walnut shell with cotton and peach down, and he put a maple leaf nearby for a cover, and he put it in the windowsill. Soon he heard a happy humming sound. The tailor looked inside the walnut shell, and there he saw a small dot, no bigger than a tiny little mustard seed. "Ah, that must be the hudgeon," said the tailor. He shut his eyes to listen, and he heard a tiny, gentle, contented voice saying, "Oh, just so, just so. I like a bed just so." And at last the tailor got a good night's sleep. I like this story because the tailor was very creative, and every one of us has that ability to be creative. It's trying different things to figure out the solution to a problem, or trying different things just for fun, coming up with endless different ideas. All of us have that ability. We can do that, and you can too. I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fun to use my imagination and take a tiny little acorn shell and maybe put a little piece of cotton inside and pretend that maybe a little Hudgeon was coming to visit my house who may need a little kindness and compassion and hospitality. So I'm going to put this on my windowsill and I'm going to pretend. It's a lot of fun using your imagination, and it's a lot of fun being creative.